Hey guys, Mike Lawson here. In this quick video, I want to talk about prospecting and, are you chasing away your prospects because you're coming off as needy or you're coming off as desperate? And I want to give you my best tip, and I'm going to share, an example with you on how to not chase away good prospects. Today's a beautiful day. I actually got the windows open, but I was a little hesitant because typically it gets hot in my house and I tend to sweat, so I usually have the air on. So if you see me start to sweat profusely, don't worry, I'll be okay. So bear with me. So again, let me ask you this question. Are you chasing away your prospects because you're coming off as needy or desperate? Especially, with summertime here, especially if you're in network marketing and you're at let's say a barbecue and you run into somebody or you're at a party and they ask you, what do you do? How do you respond? Do you get into how excited you are about your company or your product and how great it is and how they can make $1 million and how they need to join and you only need to get, 2 people and you get your money back, or those 2 get 2 and they have 4, those 4 turn into 8 turn into 16 and 32 and 64 and 128. Do you get into all that? It sounds a little ridiculous, doesn't it? But some of you guys are doing it. So I want you to think of prospecting like dating. And here's what I mean by that. I want to take you back, or let's go back to your dating days. And girls, was there ever a boy that liked you? Let's say the high school days. You're dating, and was there ever a boy that liked you? And the more he pursued you, what did you do? Well, you probably ran away, or you probably, used them and abused them. Not physically, maybe mentally, but because you knew he liked you so much. And let me ask you this question. Was there ever a boy that you liked? A lot. And the more you pursued him, what did he do? He ran away, or he used you and abused you. And guys, same question. Was there ever a girl that really liked you, and the more she pursued you, what did you do? You ran away, or you ignored her, or you, again, used or abused her. And if there was ever a girl that you really, really liked and you kept pursuing and pursuing and pursuing, what did she do? Typically ran away or used you and abused you. See, you need to have posture, okay? So I want you to always remember that, because that story was shared with me and I'll never forget it, and it's so true. See, you don't want to come off as needy or desperate, because people are going to run away from you. If people ask you what you do and you're breaking out the compensation plan and you're breaking out samples and you're just giving them too much, right? You're blowing them out of the water. See, you want to play a little hard to get, okay? Posture. You want to have posture. In one of my previous videos, I talked about the gold mine, and if you haven't watched that video, you want to watch that video. And you got to understand that you have the gold. Now, I understand, because this happened to me in my business, that there are some people that you do need. Like, you might really need this one person because, you're in a position for a bonus or you're in a position to get promoted. I understand that you might really, really need that person, but trust me when I say this, if you come off a little bit desperate or a little bit needy, they'll sense that, and you're going to blow them out of the water. And one of my mentors talks about, this interaction like a dance, right? When you give too much and you're leaning forward, they're backing up, and vice versa. So it's really, an art that you really, the more you do it, the better you'll get. But it's really in your mind. It's in your mind that, you have to have the mindset that you have the gold. You have something to offer. So I want to just share something with you and how I would act or respond to somebody, rather, if I was at a barbecue and they came up to me. And actually, I'll give you a real life story. One of my best friends, Tom, we met on our kids' soccer field, and this was over 10 years ago. And we used to have our our trainings on Saturdays, and after the trainings, I would go see my kids' games. And some of you guys may have heard this story, but Tom came up to me one day, and I had a suit on, not the jacket, but I had a suit on the soccer field, and it was summertime, and 90 degrees out, and I sweat now in a t-shirt, so you can imagine I had a suit on. And just one of these days, he came up to me and he said, "Mike, what do you do?" And listen, I was in my company for a long time at that point, and I could have told him the compensation plan and wrote it on my arm backwards. That's how well I knew it. But I just said, "Listen, Tom, this is a little bit about the company, but I don't want to talk business here at our kids' games, but why don't we get together and I can sit down and show you everything and break down everything. So I told him a little bit about the business, just a very little bit, just to give him a little taste. See, some of you guys, okay, people are thirsty, and instead of giving them a little sip of water, right, you're opening up the fire hydrant, you're opening up the fire hose and blasting them, right, and they're choking on it. But with what I did with Tom was textbook. I met with him and his wife, and I remember going to his house and sitting down and just showing him everything. He signed up, and we became best friends, and we're best friends today. So, Tom, if you're watching this, what's up, man? So that's the approach that you want to take. Hey, listen, I don't want to get into it now. Why don't we get together? So, and then I like to turn it right back over to them. Hey, what do you do? Right? To kind of get yourself, a little out of that situation. But, see, you don't want to. And here's what people are thinking. If it's so good, if what you're trying to sell me and pitch me on is so good, why are you selling so hard? Right? And that's true. So what you like to do is, and what I like to I phrase the takeaway, okay? You want to get good at this, the takeaway. So again, if you say too much, right, and people are starting to, run away or back off, here you use the takeaway. And what the takeaway is you just say, hey, listen, Tom, it may or may not be for you. Right? And if you've messed up before, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with messing up. You gave a little bit too much information. You're following up. You're trying to get them on a call, or you're trying to get them out to an event, and they just keep blowing you off. You know what you do? You call them one last time and say, hey, listen, Tom, this is the last time I'm going to call you. I didn't mean to, bother you, but this probably isn't for you, but I appreciate your time more than anything. If things change, let's catch back up later. And listen, there's going to be some people, not everyone, but some people are going to call you and say, what do you mean? I didn't say this wasn't for me. I was just busy with this or with that. In any case, if they join, great. If they don't, who cares? Okay, but you don't want to be chasing good people away. Now, so I want you to keep in mind that, just remember, it's just like dating. The more you pursue, the more they're going to back off, okay? You want to play a little hard to get, okay? And you want to use that takeaway. Hey, this may or may not be for you if they're hesitating. Okay, and I always like to say when people ask me what I do, whatever environment I'm in, listen, I don't want to get into business here. This is, my day off or whatever you want to say. I really don't want to talk about business here. Let's set up a time that we can get together and I can show you what I do. And I really love to hear more about, you and your family and what you do. So that's all I have today, guys. I hope this video helped. If it did, please like it. I'd love to hear your comments. Do me a favor, just type in the word yes if this video helped. And, tag some of your teammates on it, share it. I appreciate the love. Also, check out my website, workwithmikeLawson.com. Until next time, make it a great day, everybody.